for us. And I said, here I am, send me. He said, go and tell this people. Isaiah was a prophet of God. He told the people what God wanted them to tell them, and he went where God sent him to go. And the year before last, I felt called to go on a mission trip to the Dominican Republic. I went with my daddy and my brother, Mark Paul. There's a picture of him on the screen over there handing out tracts in the prison that we went to. I also went with a group of doctors, with Dr. Pecoraro. And what we did is we went and started up clinics in the towns. And we also went to a hospital, I guess you could call it. It's more of a walk-in hospital. And I went to volunteer there, and as soon as I got there, I was put to work helping out, just holding lights or holding retractors or going and fetching things for people. And a couple of minor surgeries after we got there, I was helping my dad analyze the anesthesia equipment to figure out what we needed to do to get ready for some bigger surgeries besides just small things. And the machines and equipment were pretty beat up. They were not in really great shape, and there were not a lot of supplies. We had brought a few supplies with us, and thank God they were enough to get the surgeries done. But I also found out there's not much on earth that can't be fixed with duct tape. So we got enough supplies, and we got enough help that we were able to get the big surgeries that had to be done completed in a good way where people were able to recover and get back with their normal lives. So I was so happy to find out that we got all the big surgeries done. God works in wonderful ways. Every time we met a need, we developed a need that we couldn't fill on our own, God filled that need for us in a unique and special way that only God could orchestrate. No mortal man could have planned that out. So I found that if you listen to God's voice, and you listen to His calling and what He calls you to do, He'll do great things through you, but you have to let Him work them out. So if you hear God's voice tugging at your heart, calling you to go on a mission trip, listen to it. It's probably a good idea to listen to God's voice. Actually, it is a good idea. Anything God calls you to do, He can work His magic through you. His will is unfathomable to us, but it's His good and perfect will. It always works for His glory and our good, even though we might not know it at the time. So if God calls you to go on a mission trip, I implore you to seek God's will, and if He's leading you to participate in the mission trip, please follow Him. I have a closing verse to read to you from 1 Timothy chapter 4, verses 9 through 12. And it says this: "This is a trustworthy saying that deserves full acceptance, and for this we labor and strive, that we have put our hope in the living God, who is the Savior of all men, especially those who believe. Command and teach these things. Do not let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in life, in love, in faith, and in purity." Thank you.